Okay guys, this is my Traxxas Unlimited Desert Racer tyre modification. Now, see this little yellow piece of paper? It came with the car. It occurs to me, and I've just had to reshoot this bit of the video because I bought my car after it had been out for a couple of months. This yellow piece of paper may not have come with your UDR, but you want to read this information, you want to find out what I'm about to tell you for sure. Otherwise, you could be in for tears. I would just say, before I show you exactly what's on this piece of paper and exactly what the Traxxas Unlimited Desert Racer tyre modification is, if you find this video useful, then don't forget to subscribe at the end of it. Anyway, let's see what it's all about. By the way, if you buy Traxxas Unlimited Desert Racer used, you probably won't get this piece of paper with it, but if this modification hasn't been done, you will want to do this. Anyway, let me get the camera off the tripod and show you close up just what I mean and just how easy this mod is to do. Okay, now this modification is to do with the tyres. This sheet says it all. Caution, attention. What you need to do is to cut a small 1/8 hole twice in each tyre. Cut a hole in the tyre, Richie. Cut 2 holes in the tyre. What are you talking about? Are you crazy? No. Now in principle you think you'd have to be crazy to go cutting 1 hole in the tyre. Never mind 2 holes. However, the problem is sand is going to get in these tyres at speed. And if you don't cut the 2 holes, it's got nowhere to get out. The tyres, according to Traxxas, can get up to 2.5 times the weight. And I can tell you from personal experience, the load that will put on your motor, tucked away in the back here, will be tremendous. And probably you're going to fry something. And Traxxas, as good as their warranty is, are probably going to be quite skeptical if you've overloaded the motor due to the sand build up in the wheel. So definitely mod you want to do. Nice, it's free, and it's very easy. And you will notice that I'm doing this before driving the car virtually. I've done a speed test on this car, but the next thing I'm going to be doing is taking this out down to Shell Sands, one of my favourite spots by the very name. You might gather what I'm going to be driving on down there. Essential mod to my mind. Okay, when it comes to doing the Traxxas Unlimited Desert Racer tyre modification that they recommend, there is the way they suggest using the body scissors, which can be slightly tricky and requires a lot of squeezing on this tyre, or there can be my easier solution using the Dremel. Anyway, I'm going to show you both. So what do you need for this mod? Well, they recommend using some body scissors. These are the kind of things used for cutting your Lexan bodies with. What you're going to do is you're going to pinch this tyre. I'm going to show you first of all. And you're going to squeeze it upright. Then you're going to make 2 cuts in the tyre. Now when you cut your 2 slits in the tyre, you're not aiming to take out a piece of the actual tread itself. Looking at the Traxxas diagram, they're aiming that you should cut a gap in between the tread there. So hopefully you can see that on the video. So I'm going to take my body scissors and cut 2 little slots, looking just like that, and then remove the excess material between them, leaving a little hole in the tyre. Then I'm going to turn the tyre around 180 degrees and cut another hole in the opposite side. Now you're going to need quite a firm grip for this one, guys, as the tyre is quite heavy. Doing the best I can to get this on film, guys, so I hope this comes out okay. I'm not going to want to take too big a chunk out of there. Okay, so all being well, that is now my little slot creased through in there. You're going to need a fairly hard pinch on these tyres, so anybody younger out there, don't take this the wrong way, you may need some like your dad or somebody to give you a hand on there, because it can be a little bit of a tricky job and I'd hate you to get it wrong and ruin your tyres. You now need to remove the little 4 excess pieces in there. Okay, now that is me hole cut in the tyre there, if you can see that. It's not going to be huge, doesn't need to be huge, but I do want to show you an alternative way of doing it, which might be a little bit easier, because the pressure you need to put on this is quite heavy. The tyre is quite tough, so you can almost do with one of you squeezing the tyre in while the other makes the cuts using the body scissors. That would be my advice. Get 2 of you to do it. It'd be far easier than trying to do it on your own. Anyway, now for my easy solution. Now I know it goes against the grain to cut holes in your tyres, but the fact that Traxxas are recommending, the fact that somebody's put this piece of paper in there is kind of like a big warning, a big red warning flag to my mind that you need to do this mod, otherwise it's going to end in tears. And it's far cheaper, I would point out, to replace a tyre than it is to replace a burnt out motor or an ESC. Just my thoughts on it are there, guys. In terms of cutting a hole in the tyre, there is an easy way, of course, to do it, which is to use a Dremel. Now, I'm still going to go and squeeze the tyre up here. Hopefully you can see the angle on there. Get the Dremel, it will skid around a bit. Now once my Dremel's in there, I'm going to have a wiggle it around because you need to make a hole about 1/8 of an inch wide on there. Found the Dremel has knocked on the tyre when I'm putting it through, which was a risk on there I took when doing it. So I'm now going to wiggle it round and enlarge that hole. Maybe a little bit safer than the cutting way. Okay, now I've got my hole in the tyre. Doesn't need to be huge, this is about 1/8 of an inch, that's probably slightly undersized, but I'm going to pop another one in the underside of the tyre. I'd rather them do them too small to start with than too big maybe and risk ripping open the tyre. There's obviously going to smoke like that when you do cut through it there, guys. So again, pay careful attention, rotate that round, going to go in 180 degrees and do the other one this side. We'll zoom in there. I hope you can see the hole that I put in there with the Dremel. Much easier and much cleaner than using my body scissors on there. I felt far more confident, although I recognise that not everybody's got a Dremel to do that. I would not necessarily recommend doing that with a household drill, as I think you may well tear the tyre. The Dremel bits are very different from normal drill bits on there. Okay, well that's my Traxxas UDR tyre modifications all done. 2 holes cut in each tyre. Doing them with a Dremel was far easier than using the body scissors to cut the little holes in there. It goes completely against the grain, I will say, guys, as many of you will be thinking, to cut holes in your tyres. If you're going to heavily modify your UDR and be going at speed, I'm thinking those holes in the tyres are going to cause you problems. Somebody from Traxxas is obviously taking the view that if you're sticking to 50 miles an hour, as well 45 miles an hour as I got out of it, then you're not going to have too many problems with 2 little holes cut in the tyres. If you're going to go mad putting 8S on it, high speed gearing on it, those tyres are going to balloon, those holes are probably going to cause you problems. But for day-to-day use for most of us, I would highly recommend this, because somebody at Traxxas has not put this piece of paper in there for fun. They put it in there to help you and me out, and not others getting the ESC on the motor overheating due to weight of sand building up in those tyres. So do think about that as to why somebody's put that in. They didn't put it in there for fun, they put it in there to help you out. Anyway, I hope all that makes sense, and that was a nice easy mod to follow. So you've got a pair of bodies, it's a fairly cheap mod to do, if a little bit time consuming, because that squeezing that tyre can be quite hard on the old hands. Anyway, I hope you like this. If you did, you want to see more of this car and many more great videos to come this summer, then please do subscribe. I hope that was a help.
We hope you liked this video. If you did, please click on the circle image to subscribe. And if you hit subscribe, then don't forget to hit that little notifications bell next to it.